He didn't have time to do the job that he was elected to do on behalf of taxpayers. And now he's suddenly got time to travel to India.
Is Carney the most arrogant politician we've ever had in Canada? Welcome back to Moose and Loose. My name's David. Today, Mark Carney putting his arrogance on full display, just oozing it out all over the place. Get this guy mopped, clean him up. Pierre absolutely hammering Mark Carney. We also got Blanchet hammering Mark Carney. Got some other stuff here. Let's jump into this. Starting this one off, we got Table Salt posting this. Statistics Canada advanced results indicate that total manufacturing sales in Canada have decreased by 3.3% in January. This would be the largest monthly drop in history outside of the world event. Is this the elbows up that Mark Carney's been talking about? We've got this one from Elon Musk. Restore Britain is already at 7%. So Restore Britain is their new party to take back the country, essentially deport all the illegals. We can see Restore Britain there, already at 7%. They just started this party. So this is the UK's chance to have their country again. I mean, they're already too far gone, I think, but who knows? Maybe they can have a chance once again. As they say, 10 days in, they have 7%. So buckle up. We're going to see something happen here in the UK. Moving ahead, we've got Franco Terrazzano with this one. Poll, 80% of Canadians oppose the April 1st MP raise. You bet they do. This is not just Conservatives, it's Liberals, it's NDP. It's probably more NDP than Liberals, but there's no reason for politicians to be getting raises when things are so bad. They should have results. It should be based on results, how good things are going. With a declining country year over year, it should go opposite. There should be a retraction in salary, 10 or 15% every year. And then once it hits a certain point, then it's an automatic election, and that party who just ran the country into the ground should be void from running in the next election. How about something like that? So we see here net support 13% of people, 17% men, 9% women, 18 to 34. This group here is the most uneducated about, well, the political system. Net oppose 80%. It's kind of basically split here, 76%, 83% women, and the age brackets here 83 and 86%, the highest. You know full well that this group here is all old stock conservatives saying no more pay raises. There's someone saying in here that MP pay raises are tied to inflation. Well, if the government is increasing inflation, then they're increasing their salary. Thus, it doesn't affect them, but it affects everyone else. That's why the system has to be completely changed. I think the Conservatives need to come out. Pierre needs to come out and say no pay raises across the board. This is such an easy win. Like, I get it. They probably want a pay raise. Everyone wants a pay raise. But I mean, like, this is such an easy win to say. I get that the Conservatives or any other party doesn't have control over this, but it sends a big message that they're for the people. Optics do matter. Jumping back to the House here, finally, we have Mark Carney and Pierre squaring off once again, because as we know, Mark Carney's about to jet off to India and Japan. He's actually bringing Matt Genereux with him.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians deserve good quality health care. But after a decade of this Liberal government, 6 million Canadians do not have a family doctor. Part of the reason is that mass, out-of-control Liberal immigration has overwhelmed the system. And many of those resources are going to people who are here illegally and have been rejected. There has been a 1,000% increase in the cost of providing deluxe benefits to many people who are here illegally. Will the Prime Minister reverse this policy, support our motion, and put Canadians first for health care?
Hear, hear. The right. Mr. Speaker, yes, Canada is not America. Yes, Canada provides essential health care to everyone in this country.
It's amazing, his first statement there. Canada is not America. This guy's invested 91% in America. Tim Hodgson is an American. This is the 1-2 combo here running Canada. Who are they really in it for?
The increase in costs in this program referenced in the opposition motion is a result of the increase in applicants for that program. Now, what has this government done? This government has taken back control of immigration. This government has reduced the number of temporary workers in this country by 50%, the demanders of asylum seekers by 1/3, and we're modern.
He's getting laughed out of the room. You hear that? As soon as he announced that, there's just an outburst of laughter from the Conservative side. What Carney's doing here, though, is he's trying to steal more Conservative policies to look like he's doing the things that people want. I think Pierre's got to come out here with a bigger swing, saying 15% tax for all Canadians across the board. Do something big that Mark Carney can't touch. Obviously, he can keep pushing cutting the industrial carbon tax because that goes against his net zero agenda, but he needs another big swing here.
The problem is that this government is not taking care of health care for the Canadian people. 6 million do not have a family doctor. 100,000 people died on waiting lists since the Liberals unleashed out-of-control immigration. There are currently literally thousands of people who are waiting for procedures as we speak. The Prime Minister claims he's getting it under control, but it's all an illusion. He's just another Liberal. There has been a 3,000% increase in refugee claims under his out-of-control system. Will he rein it in, support our motion, and put Canadians first?
Here. You're right. Mr. Speaker, I'm looking forward to coming up to my one-year anniversary as Prime Minister.
Here.
And during that time,
Why is that something to stand and clap for? If he said, you know what, I've cut poverty by 50% or something that's worthy of clapping for, him being prime minister for a year is nothing. It's just like that lady running for the NDP saying that she's Indigenous. Like, who cares? What have you done?
During that time, new refugee claims. During that time, new asylum claims have gone down by 1/3. During that time, temporary students have gone down by 60%. During that time, temporary workers have gone down by 50%. We have the immigration system under control, and we're supplying the health care Canadians.
Here.
No, they're not. So he's bringing the immigration down from whatever it was, 450, 500,000 down to 300 and whatever it was, 70,000, 390, something like that. When you're only building 250,000 homes a year and you're bringing in 390,000 people, and that's just immigrants plus all the temporary foreign workers and students, it's well up into over 2 million, 2.5 million people. And while not all those people will stay, a good portion of them will stay. We're so far behind our backlog of housing, it's not even funny. So to make such a statement that he's got control of the immigration is just absolutely ludicrous.
Is the system under control? Obviously, he's just another Liberal. He thinks it's under control when the cost of deluxe supplementary benefits is up by 1,000%, and the number of refugee claims is up by 3,000%. Meanwhile, under his leadership, and after 11 years of Liberal government, we have 6 million Canadians who cannot find a family doctor. Will he take his head out of the stand, vote for our motion, and give Canadians back the health care they deserve?
Mr. Speaker, 11 years? I just got here. The member opposite has been here his whole...
Look at that. He's got that cheeky little smile again. He's been here his whole life. Look at this cheeky little smile. He is so arrogant, this guy. There's absolute madness in the house here. Look at this.
I just want to remind the member for Selkirk Interlake.
If you'll notice, they put Chris d'Entremont on the front row. There he is. The guy's giant. Surprisingly enough, I don't think Matt Genereux is there. Unless he's sitting next. I don't know who that is. Oh, maybe that is Matt Genereux right there. Maybe they put all these guys. Is Michael Maw in the front row here too? Oh, he is. This dirty dog. Look at this. They got Michael Maw, Chris d'Entremont, and I think this is Matt Genereux. There hasn't been any camera angle to show him.
Mr. Speaker, I just got here. The Leader of the Opposition has been here his entire career, with one exception. Now, during the time that Canada's new government has been here, we have reduced asylum seekers by 1/3. We have reduced temporary foreign workers by 50%. We have reduced new students by 60%. And we are putting in place, in front of this House,
Thanks, Pierre.
in C12 and C2, an ability to end the abuse of the asylum system. We look for their support.
The Honourable Leader of the...
Speaker, the Prime Minister may pretend he just got here like he's a temporary foreign worker or something. But in reality, it's the same Liberal House Leader, the same Liberal Finance Minister, the same Liberal Justice Minister who was the Immigration Minister that broke the entire system that are running it into the ground today. And it's not just health care where there's two-tiered, Mr. Speaker. This Prime Minister keeps in place laws that allow foreign criminals who are visiting Canada to have less time in jail after they commit crimes. Will he get rid of the two-tiered system so that we can lock up serious criminals and then kick them out of our country when they're done their time?
Mr. Speaker, I would encourage, in the spirit of the member's opposite question, support for C2 and C12, which will help to address some of these issues. That's the first point. The second point, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, when someone commits a crime in this country, they should serve the time in this country.
Hear, hear.
Instead, what do they serve as? Prime Minister. There's more pandemonia in here.
We need to restore order and fairness in Canada's immigration system. Conservatives have a clear proposal to end the two-tier healthcare system where failed asylum claimants get access to premium healthcare while Canadians who have paid into the system wait in overcrowded emergency rooms. There is no reasonable justification to oppose fairness for Canadian taxpayers. So why are the Liberals voting to protect a system that puts failed claimants ahead of Canadians?
Mr. Speaker, it is very interesting to us. The Prime Minister outlined all of the ways in which temporary Canadians, asylum seekers, and others, those levels are going down and going down quickly. But it's very interesting to us that after a week away to lick their wounds, the Conservatives returned to Parliament and punched down at some of the most vulnerable people in this world, including, on this most solemn of anniversaries, an amputee child from Ukraine who comes seeking health care in Canada, that they would deny that person.
This is disgusting here, what McKinnon is doing. Amputee child from Ukraine, using this kid as a political prop, if this kid even exists. So him bringing up the anniversary, it's the 4-year anniversary of the conflict with Russia and Ukraine. And what did Carney announce today?
That we are tightening sanctions, including on the Shadow Fleet, additional 100 vessels in Russia's Shadow Fleet. This is the fleet that effectively facilitates illegal exports of crude oil. So we're tightening that lifeblood from the Russian economy, along with our allies. Also, additional financial sanctions, a lowering of the oil price cap in coordination with the EU and the United Kingdom. In addition, $2 billion of additional aid.
There it is, $2 billion more of Canadian tax dollars going over to Ukraine. Why would he give Ukraine so much of our money when we need it so badly here right now? I get it, they've got their conflict over there and they have to sort that out. America's given them hundreds of billions of dollars at this point too. We can't bankrupt our own country to try to save them. That's not a logical thing to do for our own country. I mean, that's ludicrous.
And do you think that your government will support the Conservative motion today to review the asylum benefits?
I doubt that.
Why do you say that? Why do you doubt that?
I doubt. Look, the it's very.
He just realized, this makes the government look bad, as in they're not even trying to work with the other parties. He stuck his foot in his own mouth before he realized it.
Revealing to me that Conservatives went away for a week and tried to think of an issue, and the first thing they think of is to punch down at some very, very vulnerable people.
They keep saying that. John Fraser said that as well. They had a scrum and said, whenever possible, use the word punch down and say vulnerable people. These are just dirty tactics. They're trying to manipulate Canadians' minds, and obviously they know this works because, well, look at the polling data. Canadians are easily bamboozled by this nonsense.
Minister, what about Matt Genereux? He's going on this trip. What's his role? What will he bring?
Yeah, look, I have tremendous amount of respect for Matt. We sat on the trade committee for a number of years together, and so he's always leaned forward for Canada. When anything comes up at committee, I have tremendous working relationship with him, and so he's well versed in the economic side of things, of course on the security side of things as well, and so I welcome any help on these trips, and it'll be nice to see him on the trip.
Is it a present for crossing the floor?
Absolutely not. He brings much value to the team. I've seen that firsthand at trade committee, and so I'm happy that he's coming along because we can use the help. Thank you very much.
That's a lie. I'm guessing the Liberal Party's paying him $50,000 to $100,000 extra per year for that position. And that's why Chris D'Entremont looked so pissed off yesterday in the House of Commons, because he realized he got nothing. This face here from yesterday. This is the face of a guy realizing he got nothing, while the other guys are getting something. Oh, we've got Bradshaw posting this here. So somewhere in the House of Commons, there's a quick shot of Matt Genereux, and there he is. This is his body language. This is the face of shame right here. This guy knows he just threw his morals out the window. And here we got Andrew Scheer grilling Matt Genereux.
Genereux going on this cross-world trip.
Well, you'll have to ask him. Here's a guy who said that he didn't have time to do the job that he was elected to do on behalf of taxpayers. Now he's suddenly got time to travel to India. So you'll have to ask him why he thinks that's what his taxpayers, why his constituents want him to do that.
Yeah, money speaks. That's why. Matt Genereux's getting something from Carney, from the Liberal Party. Next up, listen to the block here. Carney is so unbelievably arrogant.
The sponsorship scandal
cost around $330 million. The Quebec Saclay scandal, $1.1 billion. The infamous Phoenix, which is still not over, $5.1 billion. And Curem has now gone from $1.6 billion to $6.6 billion. Is the Prime Minister proud of presiding over the worst financial scandal in the history of Canada? The project started in 2017. At that time, I was the governor of the Bank of England, number one. Number two.
What? Oliver.
Look at this grease ball. This slimy rat has to be thrown out of power.
Tous les montants a été.
All of the money was budgeted for, including the $6 billion.
Even just his body language, you see his little, like, just be gone, peasant, be gone, little peasant. This guy thinks everyone is so much less than him.
Oh, it's not my fault, Mr. Speaker. Well, in 2019, the Bloc Québécois asked for there be a purchasing power adjustment for retirees. And then after that, there was the pandemic and post-pandemic inflation, which made it even harder for retirees to make ends meet. Also, discrimination between retirees over 75 and under. And now we have Curem, which is causing 85,000 retirees to have errors with their checks. Does this Prime Minister realize that his government has mistreated retirees? I'm sure there are retirees in Talbot who are wondering that.
I like these examples that Blanchet uses because they're very specific and it puts Carney on the spot.
Mr. Speaker, we have strengthened Quebec's healthcare system, number one. Number two, we have strengthened the dental care system in Quebec. We have strengthened pharmacare in Quebec.
Look at this arrogant posturing here. This guy has got nothing. We've strengthened this, we've strengthened that. Blanchet gave him very specific examples, talking points that he wanted him to address, and he's not addressing anything. Just these arrogant motions you see here.
Pharmacare in Quebec.
Look at this guy. He's so cavalier. His arrogance is oozing all over the place. He's getting to the point now where he's been in the House long enough, he just doesn't care. The real Carney's coming out.
Mr. Speaker, because Curem is the biggest financial scandal in the history of Canada, because retirees' purchasing power has been going down since these liberals, these or the others, they're all the same. Given that this is the case, will this Prime Minister, who says it's not his fault, will he at least cast light on the Curem scandal and call for an independent inquiry, just like all the others had their own scandals? The Right Honourable Prime Minister, the Curem project has already been reviewed by the Public Accounts Committee. And by
He's reading it all off a sheet here. Came with his pre-prepared notes.
The Auditor General of them have reviewed the project. Everything has been budgeted for. Period.
Carney doesn't want to address any of this stuff. His arrogance is unbelievable.